If every rejection email chits away at your confidence, I want you to pause. That no might not mean you're unqualified. It might mean you're undermeasured. Because in this new hiring era, rejection is not feedback. It's just noise until you turn it into data. I'm Imani, your AI career coach. My mission is to help you rise above the noise, stand out above the rest, find the job you really want, and thrive in the AI era. If you're new here, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe for more career clarity. And let's dive in. Here's a truth that hurts before it helps. Rejection isn't a wall, it's a mirror. It reflects the parts of your strategy that need refinement. But most professionals never analyze their no's. They take it personally instead of scientifically. According to LinkedIn's Talent Insights report, the average applicant applies to 21 roles before receiving a single offer. But less than 15% ever revisit their previous applications to see what patterns led to those outcomes. That's the gap. Emotion responds, data reveals. Let's reframe rejection through the lens of ROI, return on insight. Every time you get ghosted or turned down, 3 forms of feedback exist beneath the surface: message, match, and momentum. Message is how you present yourself. The match is whether your skills align with the role. Momentum is the consistency of your visibility between applications. When one of those 3 is off balance, the no isn't personal. It's diagnostic. Let's break it down. Start with the message. This is the clarity of your resume, your online presence, your portfolio, and how they speak together. If you're receiving a high number of early-stage rejections, no interviews, no callbacks, that's usually a messaging issue. It means your value proposition isn't getting through the digital noise. To fix it, compare your resume and LinkedIn profile to job descriptions you've applied for. Are you mirroring their language? Are you quantifying your results? Because hiring platforms are essentially search engines, and keywords are currency. This isn't manipulation. It's communication. You're not gaming the system. You're translating your truth into a format algorithms can understand. Next is match. Sometimes a no happens because the job itself was a mismatch, not you. According to ZipRecruiter data, nearly 60% of applicants admit they apply to roles outside their skill scope. That's human. We see opportunity, and we stretch. But stretching doesn't always mean we're a great fit. The real question isn't, why didn't they pick me? It's, what role actually fits who I am and where I'm headed? Or, was I targeting the right category of role to begin with? Use the data from your interviews to check alignment. Were the questions focused on tools or leadership? Were the examples they valued the same ones you shared? Patterns reveal whether your target was tuned correctly. And tuning, not talent, often determines the offer. The third lens is momentum. This is where most job seekers lose energy. They apply in bursts, disappear, and then reappear when panic sets in. But momentum builds trust through repetition. Recruiters remember active professionals. They notice when you're contributing insights, sharing projects, or engaging online. Momentum is the opposite of desperation. It's quiet, consistent visibility. According to HubSpot's behavioral marketing data, consistent posting increases visibility and inbound engagement by 47%. In career terms, that means the person who keeps showing up is easier to find and easier to believe. So when you face rejection, ask yourself, did I keep showing up, or only when I needed something. Now, let's talk emotions, the human side. Because no matter how strategic you are, rejection still stings. And that's valid. But here's the paradox. Rejection hurts most when we internalize it instead of investigating it. The fastest way to regain control is to collect data, not dwell on doubt. I call this post-rejection debriefing, a 5-minute reflection after every no. Write down, number 1, what was the role? Number 2, what part of my communication could have been clearer? Number 3, what can I adjust for next time? That small act shifts your brain from emotion to evidence. And that's how professionals grow faster than perfectionists. Let me share a story. Amir was a systems analyst who applied to 30 positions and kept hearing, "We've moved forward with other candidates." He almost stopped applying until we reviewed his data. We discovered that 80% of his rejections came right after initial resume submission, not interviews. That told us the problem wasn't performance, it was presentation. We optimized his summary, added quantifiable results, and matched key skills from actual job posts. The next round, he landed 3 interviews within 2 weeks. Same person, different data. Because when you measure the message, you manage the outcome. Now, let's talk about ROI thinking. Return on investment isn't just about money. It's about energy, effort, and exposure. Ask yourself, what's the return on my last 10 applications? If it's 0, don't add more applications, adjust the inputs. That might mean refining your resume, updating your keywords, or recording a stronger introduction video on videoassessment.org. Stop assuming rejection means no value. It often means no clarity, and clarity converts faster than credentials. According to Glassdoor Analytics, most recruiters decide whether to move a candidate forward within 60 seconds of reviewing their material. That's 1 minute. And in that minute, emotion doesn't matter. Evidence does. Your goal isn't to impress, it's to align. Show them who you are in a way that matches what they need. That's alignment marketing. Here's something few people realize. Every no you collect has metadata, hidden context clues you can analyze. Timing, tone, and consistency. Timing tells you whether you applied too early or too late in the cycle. Tone, in their reply, hints whether it was fit, budget, or bandwidth. And consistency, how often it happens at the same stage, tells you where your strategy needs revision. When you track that, rejection becomes a report, not a rumor. Let's talk AI for a second. AI can actually help you decode rejection patterns faster. Feed your rejected job descriptions into a keyword analyzer. See which words appear in the job posts that didn't appear in your resume. That's not failure, that's feedback. AI doesn't judge. It just shows you the gap between intention and interpretation. And once you know that, you can close it. Here's another mindset shift. Stop chasing validation. Start collecting variables. You're being redirected to alignment. The professionals who thrive in this new market aren't luckier. They're better at reading their results. Let's anchor this with data. According to the Harvard Business Review, candidates who treat the job hunt like an experiment, tracking metrics, learning cycles, and outcomes, improve offer rates by 32%. That's what I call career analytics. So track your numbers. How many applications? How many interviews? What types of feedback? Then pivot accordingly. Because intuition without information becomes frustration. Here's a quiet truth. Rejection often teaches you more than success ever could. Success confirms what you already know. Rejection reveals what you haven't learned yet. And that's the ROI that matters. Let me give you a practical takeaway. After your next interview, don't just wait for an answer. Send a polite follow-up email that says, "Thank you for the opportunity to connect. If you move forward with another candidate, I'd love feedback on how I might strengthen future applications." Even if only 1 in 5 responds, that one data point can shift your entire approach. Because growth compounds, but only if you measure it. If you ever feel stuck, remember this formula: rejection, reflection, refinement, results. That's your new job hunting funnel. Emotion alone drains energy. Reflection creates clarity. And clarity attracts alignment. If you want to practice turning feedback into strategy, go to videoassessment.org. Record your interview responses. Let the AI give you insight on tone, pace, and confidence. Because practice turns pressure into preparation. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss tomorrow's episode, Rebranding After a Career Gap. And here's something positive to leave with. Rejection isn't the end of your story. It's the start of your strategy. Every no is just unprocessed information. Process it, learn from it, and redirect it toward growth. Because the professionals who win aren't those who never fall. They're the ones who analyze why. Keep learning, keep showing up, and keep measuring what matters. Because that's how you turn every no into next.